In life, nothing always goes according to our wishes. There will be people who hate us. There will be circumstances that are unfair to us. Many times we face hardship, even extreme humiliation. Of course, I believe that all that suffering comes from mistakes or oversights from a distant past. Everything has its reason. Now, I don't even remember specifically what I did in a past life. I only have the courage to take responsibility for all the adversities upon myself. The issue is that when adversity comes, we must know how not to be disturbed. That is success. There are many types of being disturbed by adversity. Sometimes we are disturbed in the form of anger, especially when someone insults or speaks harshly to us. Sometimes we are emotionally moved in a sorrowful way, especially when we have an accident or are ill. Sometimes we are moved by feelings of hatred, especially when someone plots against us or undermines our reputation with the public. Sometimes we are moved by a kind of grudging, holding on to resentment when we haven't been able to retaliate in the present. Sometimes we are moved by a sense of wounded pride when we are not properly respected in front of others. If we achieve the level of not being disturbed by adversity, we have gained great resilience in life. Great individuals all reach a state of mental stillness in the face of adversity. When the mind is still, we can wisely find the most reasonable way to handle tasks. People who get angry and act rashly just to vent, regardless of the consequences, often face even more tragic outcomes. Someone insults them, they get so angry they stab the person to death, then try to escape punishment. When calm, we see that the insult is very minor, but killing someone is far too severe. Using a serious crime to respond to a minor offense is a huge waste of life and effort. It is not wise at all. If we endure and let it go, some people may think we are weak. Some may think we are self-controlled. But only we know that we are cultivating an unshakable inner self for the sake of morality. An unmoving mind is our precious asset. We are not foolish enough to lose that unmoving mind. The unmoving mind is both our happiness, our wisdom, and our morality. That person only says a few offensive words, costing nothing. So why should I get angry and lose my inner treasure? In adverse and unfavorable circumstances, why should I start feeling sorrow and suffering to cause even greater loss? Or if that person schemes to harm me, causing me misery and pain, harboring hatred only makes me lose more moral merit. There are 3 ways for us to keep our inner mind unmoved. The first way is to contemplate the law of cause and effect. Surely in the past, we also offended someone, so now we are being offended in return. By taking the fault upon ourselves, we gain inner strength, making the mind steady and unmoving. Taking the fault upon oneself is a method to create great inner strength. The second way is that we become familiar with the meditation practices of Buddhism, Qigong, yoga. By observing the breath for a long time, our mind becomes calm and peaceful. Now, no matter what adversity we face, the mind remains serene and unmoved. The third way is that we often express respect for the saints who have absolute inner stillness. Each person, according to their own religion, will find a saint within their religion who possesses such absolute inner stillness to worship and respect every day. The law of cause and effect will silently create inner strength for us, enabling us to remain calm when facing adversity. When we respect the saints, we acquire the qualities of the saints. That is the law. There is another method to keep the mind still, which is the mind of loving forgiveness. A practitioner at a high level who develops great love for all beings will naturally have a great inner strength, sufficient to overcome the adversities in life. Those who plot against or offend us are also those we vow to love, so it is easy to forgive. We do not harbor anger, resentment, or hatred towards anyone. We only need to be strict in teaching, but not hateful. A person who can remain calm and patient like that is someone with great virtue, who can erase past sins, build future blessings, and serve as a moral example for everyone to follow. Even spirits and deities must admire and cherish them.